All right, let's talk about a huge piece of the SEO puzzle, one that's often hiding in plain sight. I'm talking about your website's address. And trust me, it's way more powerful than you probably think. Let's get into it. So, picture this. You've built this gorgeous website. You've spent hours, maybe weeks, perfecting the content, getting the design just right, but then crickets. The visitors just aren't coming. It's super frustrating, and it's a really common problem. But the answer might be a lot simpler than you'd imagine. The culprit is often your website's digital address. Yep, that's right. The thing people actually type into their browser, your domain, and all those URLs can literally make or break your chances of getting found online. So what do I even mean by digital address? Well, it's not just some technical thing you have to have. It's a seriously powerful tool that guides both real people and, maybe more importantly, search engines like Google straight to your digital doorstep. Think of it this way. Your domain is kind of like your street name, and your URLs are the specific house numbers on that street. When they're both clear and logical, it helps search engines crawl your site way more efficiently, it builds trust with your visitors, and yeah, it directly impacts how well you rank. Okay, so let's start at the very beginning, the foundation, your domain name. This is your brand's first handshake online. You have to ask yourself, does it tell a clear story to Google and to your potential customers? The best domains, they just follow a few simple rules. They kind of blend your brand name with a keyword that makes sense. Think something like adsdigital.agency. They absolutely have to be short, easy to remember, and easy to type. And please, avoid clunky hyphens or numbers. Oh, and if you're a local business, using a country-specific extension like .ae for the UAE can be a great way to instantly build some local trust. Now, here's where it gets a little tricky. It's all about finding that perfect balance. SEO expert Neil Patel says that a relevant domain helps you build authority. But, and this is a big but, he warns against over-optimization. Why? Well, because stuffing your domain with a ton of keywords just looks desperate and spammy. Not just to people, but to the search engines too. It really hurts your credibility. I mean, just look at this. This slide says it all. On the left, you've got a classic example of keyword stuffing. It's way too long, it's awkward, and it just screams spam. But on the right, adsdigital.agency. It's clean, it's professional, and you know what it is in a split second. The choice is pretty obvious, isn't it? So, what's the deal with all those new extensions like .agency or .health? Well, Google has actually said they don't directly affect your rankings, but, and this is important, they absolutely influence how people perceive you. A domain like DubaiTravel.tourism just feels more legit to a user than some generic alternative. The trick is to pick one that really fits your brand and then just stick with it. Okay, so let's move on to the next part of your digital address, the URLs for each of your individual pages. Honestly, the best way to think about your URL structure is like an online filing system. It's got to be organized, logical, and super easy for anyone, or any search engine, to find their way around. According to Google's own best practices, this is pretty much what a perfect URL looks like. See how it follows a simple, logical path. You go from your main domain to a clear category and then to the specific page. There's no clutter, no weird codes, just pure, simple clarity. This is an area where so many websites totally miss the mark, especially with their blogs. Just look at the difference here. The bad URL is a whole sentence, long and messy. The good URL, it gets straight to the point with the most important keywords, AI marketing Dubai. It's not just cleaner, it's also way more likely to show up fully in the search results. The really important thing here is that your URLs should basically be a map of your website structure. This slide is a perfect example. You start at the homepage, SEOIntl.net. From there, you go to a main category, like services. Then maybe a subcategory, digital marketing. And finally, you land on the specific page, SEO training. Every single step tells both users and Google exactly where they are, which builds context and relevance. Okay, so now that we know what a good URL looks like, let's flip it around and talk about what to avoid. These are some of the most common mistakes I see that can just quietly kill your website's visibility. All right, listen up, because these are big ones. First off, always use hyphens, never underscores. Google reads hyphens as spaces. Don't stuff your URLs with keywords. Don't create these crazy deep folder structures. Try to avoid those messy parameters like session IDs. And this one's critical. If you ever change a URL, You absolutely positively have to use a 301 redirect to tell Google where the new page is. Now, you might be thinking this all sounds a little in the weeds, a bit technical, but I promise you, making these small tweaks to your digital address can deliver some seriously huge results. This is where all that effort really starts to pay off. So what are the rewards? Well, a clean, descriptive URL gets more clicks from search results because people know exactly what they're about to see. It helps search engines find and index your new stuff faster, and honestly, it just builds user trust and makes your whole brand feel more professional. And hey, if you need a hard number to remember, here's a fantastic tip backed by data from Search Engine Land. Their research found that URLs under 60 characters just get better engagement. It's a simple, measurable goal you can shoot for every time you create a new page. So I'll leave you with this one question to really think about. Go take a good, hard look at your own website's domain and its URLs. Are they clear? Are they logical? Do they look professional? Is your digital address building trust with your audience, or could it be accidentally breaking it? Making the right choice here can change everything.